here's what I would say first. The first step, if you're not doing this, this is your first step. Start tracking inbound calls. Answer your phone live. Start tracking how many leads you're actually getting. They should be going into a CRM marketing automation platform, like account-based, like you're using what, HubSpot?
We use HubSpot and we use 6 Sense.
Okay. So, right. So for most of you guys, again, most MSPs, if you are under 5 million in revenue, HubSpot's probably too big of a tool for you guys to use, as is 6 Sense. I'm just, base, but using Outlook and your RMM tool or something like that is not appropriate either, right? Your PSA tool is. So, we resell Keep. That's a good software, for small MSPs. There are others. I do love HubSpot, by the way, but it's just, if you're not even doing basic email marketing, going to HubSpot, the cost of setting it up, implementation is going to be a little bit rich for most MSPs. So I would recommend, there's also Go High Level, but the problem with Go High Level, is that they'll fix this, but right now there's some compliance, regulations around data privacy they don't meet just yet. So Keep does. But step one, guys, would be, you've got to get at least a CRM marketing automation platform in place, where you are routinely putting your leads in so you can track them. Where did they come from? List building, whether they're referrals or from a trade show or a networking event or a digital ad or whatever you're doing, and make sure you're answering your phones live. And it's not an engineer picking up that phone. It is a scripted salesperson who knows how to handle that lead. Because if I'm Joe's Bagels and I finally get to a point where I'm going to call you, the number one thing, we just did a national IT provider survey, the number of people who buy managed services. The number one thing people look for in an MSP is responsiveness, by far. Number one, more so than cybersecurity credentials. And I know that's hurtful to you. And I would agree that if I'm looking for an MSP, I would be far more like paying attention if they actually know cybersecurity, recommend it, and can put those things, far more important. But when they're actually trying to find someone, the way they're evaluating you is, how do you handle that call when I call your office? And if I get voicemail and nobody calls me back for 48 hours, and my number one pain point is my current MSP is not responsive, and you don't call, like, that's my experience, you just lost that opportunity. So again, I want to just be very clear. Where did these guys start? Some of you might be more advanced. And if so, look at those funnel metrics. I can give you percentages if you want based on MSPs. But if you don't have any of this in place, step one is getting that CRM in place and start tracking inbound leads. How many are qualified? How many go to an appointment? How many close? And what's your average sale? Because you got to get a baseline for those things. That's like at a minimum. And then the CRM is to build that list so that you can do drip marketing to it.